So ladies, make sure ukuthi mawuhlukene nomuntu, you cleanse. It doesn't matter whether that person was broke, whether that person was rich, you need to keep. Ukuthi sihambe sijola, ungazi nokuthi ujola nobani. Don't even become an FBI for like mhlampe a month while you're still dating. You just nje uvela ungena emjolweni without even investigating a person. Manje umuntu ugcine sekajola nomuntu othwele. Hayi, nayi indaba, lalela. How? So this guy that I dated, my guy only slept with me while I was on my period. And that when it started, for me, it was not strange. I just thought it was okay. Maybe it's his preference. Ufuna ukulala nami only when I'm on my periods. But as time goes on, man, this thing didn't sit well with me, because whenever I'm with him and maybe I want to have sex with me when I'm not on my period, he would not want to have sex with me. And then I'm asking myself, why ungafuni? But I was so scared to ask him, why ungafuni mfethu, because mina ngiyakufuna at that particular moment in time. But then you cannot just sleep with a person without their consent, right? How? Umuntu athi kimi, no, lento le mnandi nomhluzi wayo. Yabo, because I had to ask him one day, no man, kunento engangiphathi grand ukuthi uyayenza. This thing, it doesn't sit well with me. For the mere fact that you only want to sleep with me whenever I'm on my periods, but then whenever I'm not on my periods, you don't want to sleep with me. What's the meaning of that? And then he didn't just explain to me. He was he didn't do a dab explaining to me. He was like, no, imnandi nomhluzi wayo. Inyama yenhloko moyidla fanele uyidla nomhluzi wayo. Imnandi nomhluzi wayo. Ngeke usukeleke nje udla inyama yenhloko and then umhluzi wayo ngeke. But I was like, akusinyama yenhloko le, but he was like, inkomo yami. I was like, okay, I hear him uthi inkomo yakhe, okay. But then as time goes on, and the red flags were there, but because I'm blinded by money, I'm blinded by cars, I'm blinded by apartment, I'm blinded by the fact that Mugai, he gave me a key to his apartment. Uthi, whenever I want to go and visit him, I would just rock up. There was no need for me to call in and get assurance or surety from him. Good to know you can come in, or no, you cannot come in. No, whenever I wanted to go to his place, I would go to his place. Whenever I wanted to host a party to his place, I would go and host a party to his place. Whenever I wanted to do whatever at that particular moment in time I would do whatever. But then there was one particular strange thing. No, for it was not one particular strange thing. There were two particular strange things that were happening. Is that my ex apartment had 3 bedrooms, and then one bedroom was always locked, and then the other 2 bedrooms were vacant. Le enye was the main bedroom where we were sleeping most of the time, and then le enye was just a bedroom. Oguguti says, I guess, bedroom when we have our friends over. But then there's this one particular bedroom. Oguguti hayilali muntu, but manje, okay, kusemzini womuntu ngeke uhambe ubuza umuntu ukuthi hey le bedroom leyo ayikhiyo wayihlala ikhiyo. You cannot do that, because ukhumbula ukuthi akusikwakho lapha ya, and ukhumbula ukuthi you don't have any joint venture or any joint whatever naloya muntu loya, and ukwenzela ifavor lo muntu lo ukuthi aze akunikeze nekey zalapho. And then manje we understand ukuthi already there are 2 red flags into this thing ukuthi lo muntu lo, he only sleep with me when I'm on my periods. Number 2, this person in his apartment, there's a particular room okuthi angingeni kulo. Okuthi the umama lo oklinayo naye akangeni kulo. The only person ongena lapha is my boyfriend. So guys, for me to confront this guy and like find out why when each and every time whenever we're done doing sexual intercourse, you would leave the room, you would not cuddle with me. You will instantly leave the room. And then number 2, why do you have a locked bedroom in your house whereby I'm not allowed. You have given me the key, but then there's a certain room which I'm not allowed. I need to know, because what if there's something which is dangerous is on fucking king. When I said so, I had to drink on that particular night. I had to drink to a point of no return. Today. We went to a taboo. Saphuza. Masbuya savele saya apartment yakhe ke vele masifika apartment yakhe as per usual. Umuntu vela ngisakha. And imagine, you know, ukuthi yazi, because manje sengizitshelile ukuthi I want to confront this guy, saying I'm a bit unfazed, I'm a bit uncomfortable ukuthi each and every time this dude sleeps with me when I'm on my periods, and then number 2, there's a room that's locked, and then number 3, lo muntu lona, he doesn't cuddle with me. Like, he never cuddled with me. We've been dating for close to a year, but then he doesn't cuddle with me. Kanjani? Am I dating a robot? Because, I mean, I'm not a robot, so I cannot date a robot. You understand? Huh? Ngizitshela ngithi yabona namhlanje lamanqamu ngiyambuza, and namhlanje uzothi athi makaqeda ukulala nami azitshela ukuthi ngilele ngizomlandela ngiye lapho ayakhona. Angeke nje ngiyimele indaba yalomlisa okukuthi ulala nami makaqeda ukulala nami uyahamba. Why if ukuthi mhlawumbe angekho mnandi angangitshela ukuthi awukho mnandi ngizokwazi ukuthi senze seek an alternative thing? Maybe we would buy a dildo or whatever, or I'll just leave that relationship, because now he's making me to be in an uncomfortable position. And ubani also in a relationship where each and every time you become uncomfortable. We understand? Okay. Ngalelo langa lelo sithi masibuya ke vele ke tabule yakhona. Hayi vele angikhotha. Lapho when he does that thing le yakhe okungikhotha what I'm on my period, change, ngathi he becomes possessed, ngathi he becomes this animal that I don't know ukuthi ngayidescribe ngithi animal legend. But I didn't take notice, because most of the time whenever we'd sleep, whenever we'd have sex, it's either ngizobe ngiphuza wine or sobe sibuya ngaphandle, njengoba ngisho ngithi bekungasumuntu engilala naye every day like your normal partner each and every time mangikuya bekumuntu engilala naye occasionally when I'm on my period. And manje yabona makayenza lezi zinto zakhe today angikho nje emudini, because I've told myself ukuthi today I want to see what's currently happening. Today I want to see ukuthi kahle what khanani yiso. I want to see, and I want to confront him, and I want to tell him ukuthi okungcono mfethu siyeke, because I cannot tolerate what has been happening. I cannot tolerate what you are doing. Vela simakaqeda aphuma. Asimakapuma ngilalise nje kancane for like 10 to 15 minutes. Maqeda lapho sukume ngithi yabona namhlanje lamanqamu nyaya ke ngiyombuza ke kufofayo if kuyafika. Mangithi guys akavalanga ngale kulela bedroom le enye, like yabona uvele wangena. Mangithi guys abafana the boys, he's feeding off Abafana the boys were sucking his dick. Abafana the boys, small boys, not real boys, but Abafana the boys. I saw on that particular night, I saw the unseen. So now everything came into one place, why this guy was only sleeping with me when I'm on my periods, because he was feeding Abafana the boys, the ones that he has sacrificed ngabo. The one laba enze ngabe ritual yokuthi ufuna ukuba rich, njengoba ngintshela ngithi if a person is rich in a mysterious way, it's either there's a snake, futhi not only a snake, there's Abafana the boys. Okukuthi Abafana the boys bayamsebenzela. Okukuthi Abafana the boys now bayangena kuwe, and njengoba manje yobona athatha igazi lami linikeza Abafana the boys. Abafana the boys, they are blocking me. Each and every time, maybe when a man wants to approach me, I'm unapproachable, because that other man will see islwane like him, or that other man would see just a disgusting thing. or maybe you would have a strange smell. You understand? There are girls who they have a strange smell. No umuntu angaya ku gynecologist, umuntu aye kuphi, aye to the pharmacy athenge whichever medicine expensive, but if kukuthi ulale nomuntu onabafana the boys uzonuka until azathole into right. Guys, on that night I was like, kusani, because yena akangibonanga, mina ngimbonile. I was like, kusanini Jesu Kristo, kusanini Jesu Kristo. Ngathi mangibuyele embedeni bengilibele ngibiza uJesu, ngathi ngeke igama lika Jesu ngeke uzungishiye. Ngathi uNkulunkulu wami ungangishiyi, ngiyacela ungangishiyi. Father God, my God, please don't leave me behind, because what I've just seen, that you're not supposed to see it with your naked eyes. You're not supposed to see it with your naked eyes. It's not meant to be seen by a person who is not doing that ritual. It's only supposed to be seen by a person who he has or she has done that ritual. Nisibona nje ngazathi sehlanya thina abanye sabona into ezinkulu engabonwa. But then I had to go to my dad and tell him, Daddy, ngibone XYZ. And then my dad was like, no, faneke sikuthathe sikuse kamhlaba uyalingana. Because if kukuthi uzobona those things, it's either you're gonna go crazy or you're gonna die. You're gonna go crazy or you're gonna die. And most of the girls who they are dating men that have sacrificed, they go crazy. Abanye babo, they become these girls, man. Yabona those girls ongazi ukuthi empilweni bayini. Uzibuza ukuthi man, this girl had so much potential. This girl was beautiful back in the days. This girl was very intelligent. Manje, what happened? Abanye bazokuchazela ukuthi no, he was dating mhlambi a particular person. After dating that particular person, that's what happened to her. It's due to the fact that upostro wake had abafana the boys, and abafana the boys, as a lady, they destroy your life. And if you're gonna sleep with a person on abafana the boys, especially abafana the boys okuthi they love is sex, because kuyahlukana ngabafana the boys, khona abathanda certain things and then khona abathanda sex. So in my case, abafana the boys, they wanted menstrual blood. They wanted menstrual blood. Hence, that guy only wanted to sleep with me when I was on my period. He didn't want to sleep with me when I was not on my period. Now it made sense. That guy, he was doing dirty things in that bedroom. He was doing izinto zokuthwala in that bedroom. Nabafana the boys. And if umuntu wakho unabafana the boys ulala naye, mozothi uyacheater, or maybe you're gonna what's the using izohlukana. If you didn't do a ritual, if awugezwanga, if awukhishwanga leyo nto leyo engaphakathi kuwo, when you get another man, ngeke uzube satisfied. Ngeke usaba satisfied, because remember, this person was not himself. This person was not herself. So it is very, very vital. Sex is not only about soul ties. Yes, when they say soul ties, there's so many things that contribute into soul tiring, because others bathwele. So makathwele loyo muntu loyo uzobona ngokuthi umuhle but awushelwa, umuhle but awuna boyfriend, umuhle but awulast kuma relationship akho. And not only ubuhle bakho, you are educated, you are respectful, you have your shit figured out, you are successful in your own right, but izinto zakho othandweni azilungi. Sometimes not only othandweni, also mhlawumbe emsebenzini uba nesidina uhlalulwa emsebenzini wena uhlaluna ama issues okuwukuthi awuunderstandeki, even when you go to your psychologist, and even if when you go wherever, awuunderstandeki ama issues akho, because when you slept with the wrong person. That is why, ladies, it is not advisable ukuthi uhambe ujola just because ubona umuntu unemali, uhambe ujola just because umuntu ukuthembise umhlaba nezulu. try by all means to also do a research behind lo muntu lo ukuthi how did they gain that wealth? How did that person become rich? How did that person have trucks? How did that person have ama-taxi? Because at the end of the day silala nabantu abathwalayo, and a guy okuwukuthi uthwele futhi uzombona ngokuthi kuwe athi come with your friends, angabi nenkinga athi come with your friends, siyodla imali manje, manidla leyo mali leyo nisiko niyogeza leyo mali leyo, and nina enidla leyo mali leyo whatever le kufanele iyenzeke, lokho kungcola lokho kuphumayo kuleyo mali kuzowela kini, nithola ukuthi sonesidina. Uhlala unesidina, uhlalulwa nabantu efamilini yakho wena, uhlalulwa nabantu. Because nami most of the time I was always beefing with my mom, and I couldn't understand why until I understood ukuthi no, it was because the guy that I was dating was having abafana the boys. You know what? I was so traumatized to a point whereby I didn't know whether should I continue standing after saying that or should I run back to bed. But then what I know is that ngahamba ngaya empedeni ngafike ngalala, nakhona not ukulala is like sleep, ngacambalala, and then I asked myself questions ukuthi Mbali, how did you not see that? Mbali, how can you do that to yourself? Mbali, why didn't you do some sort of a background check? But ngalelo langa lelo ukusakwaziwa yimi, because I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe whatever that I saw on that night. And what's magusa? Ngavele ngavuka, ngageza, ngadla. As per normal, I acted normal because now I'm scared. If I'm not gonna act normal, what if this person takes me back to the abafana the boys? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So I acted normal, but I was so not even scared. Scared, it's an understatement word. I was so terrified. I was so terrified, guys. After eating, I was like, babe, can I go home? He was like, no, why are you rushing to go home? I was like, no, there's something that I want to do quick, fast, endlini at home. And then he took me home. He did not contemplate to take me home. He took me home, and he did not suspect anything, because I don't know, they were possessed. They were still happy. They were feeding each other. You understand? Because abafana the boys were sucking him. Abafana the boys were sucking him to a point of no return. He was laying there down, being sucked by abafana the boys, and the abafana the boys, there were 3 of them. They were fighting over his dick, to suck his dick. So immediately I called my dad. And I'm telling Baba again. He was like, what's wrong? I told him the whole story. And then he was like, I'm gonna come through tomorrow. I'm gonna take you. And he says, Zohamba uyogeza, because impilo yakho ngeke isafana naqala since well ubone into engabona. Lento oyibonile ayibonwa. You're not supposed to see it with your naked eyes, especially if you're not the owner, or especially if you did not do rituals, if you did not do sacrifices. You seeing that thing, that means you're gonna get into a huge trouble. You're gonna get into trouble. So ladies, it is very vital ukuthi ungahambi nje ujola nje, ungahambi nje udonswa ukuthi umuntu unemali, ungahambi udonswa ukuthi umuntu udrive Ferrari, ungahambi udonswa ukuthi umuntu une Bentley, ungadonswa ukuthi umuntu uhlala le RTPS. I dated a person who obekahlala le RTPS. But my life nearly took a serious different turn of event. And unfortunately, you cannot erase it. Yes, you can be cleansed, but you cannot erase it. So ladies, be careful when you're dating outside. I'm out.